Hello,
But
everybody, and welcome to Staten Island Places to Eat. My name is Vincent.
my name is Chris, and he will not be allowed to lead from now on. Uh,
What?
listen,
Oh,
this is
fuck,
a
wrong notes, man.
yeah, this is the Monday Night Raw review from Memorial Day this past weekend. This past Monday, May 26th. Not Staten Island Places to Eat.
Right, right. My
Here's my
bad.
question though. Before we get into Raw, which we will soon enough here, my question to you is, as a man that currently resides from Florida, why are you looking up places to eat in Staten Island?
Just in case I ever go back to Staten Island.
Okay.
I have to know, I want to list these places out so I know where to go.
All right, you're preparing for a trip that may or may not happen.
Yeah, man, I'm probably gonna go back once, at least. So might as well.
All right. Anyway, now into the show. Let's start off here. Seth and his group of guys are in the ring. Paul is cutting a promo, talking about how great these guys are. He's saying, Big Braun Breaker, this is the guy where if you meet a Terminator in the present, and you're gonna go up to him, you're gonna ask him who main evented WrestleMania 45, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 50, and he's gonna say Braun Breaker, which I disagree with because my first question to a Terminator, assuming they just got here, is why are you not wearing any clothes, and why are you talking to me?
Look, it's gonna be real embarrassing if you never made events those WrestleManias.
It's gonna be embarrassing, especially because he stuck his reputation on it, and he also stuck Seth's reputation on it. So that's gonna be rough. Just as rough as the fact that they went and they said Bronson Reed, the new guy here. He
Hey, let me
beats
start
Seth.
off by saying, why is there two Brons in the same team?
It's a little confusing. I don't appreciate how confusing it is.
Like, why'd they do that? They just didn't have another third man, so they just brought out the other guy. Now he's like over there.
I'm not mad at it. On paper, it makes sense because they're both very physically imposing guys, but it gets very confusing.
Yeah, I liked Bronson Reed in the Bloodline.
I was also fine with that, but they have Jeff Cobb there now. They don't need him.
Right. They got the other. Okay, whatever. We're not going to talk about that. Let's move on.
It's different. But yeah, they have Bronson Reed there, and Paul said Bronson Reed's here because he beat Seth Rollins' ass so bad one night that he said, "Hey, let's get that guy over here in Seth Rollins' group."
Right. Respect,
Which
man. Respect.
I didn't get it fully, but that was the reason they gave. So whatever.
That's the only reason you can give. So, I mean,
No, it's
what
not.
did you expect? What did you expect? Okay, give me another reason.
You, I'm not mad at that's what they said. They could have at least said after that, hey, he went after Seth, and Seth was like, this guy's really strong. So yeah, we had some hard feelings, but we worked it out, and I helped him understand that this is the path forward. I've been fine with that, but he just said it's because he beat Seth Rollins' ass so thoroughly one night in 2024.
Right.
So like
Respect.
whatever.
Respect, man.
But anyway, then he gets to Seth, and then Seth does some talking. He basically says, "You people in the crowd, you absolutely suck, bro. You don't know what you want here. You're singing my song, then you're saying I suck, but then you're singing my song again. You suck. I'm gonna win
Hold on.
Money in the Bank. I'm done here."
This sounds very familiar. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I
Sounds kind of
wonder.
like John Cena.
I wonder who else is doing you people promos in 2025.
Multiple of them.
More than you think, and more than should be doing it.
Yeah, like why okay, that's why John Cena's heel run sucks. But that's not the topic of
That is
conversation
not
here.
why it sucks.
It does, man. It started off so bad.
And I don't blame him. I blame The Rock.
I blame him and The Rock, and I blame Triple H, and I
The,
blame other people.
the Rock is a big reason, and then Triple H is the second biggest reason because he didn't know how to course correct. And then John
Exactly.
Cena is the third problem because he is not changing what is not working.
I did see a promo of his where like he was talking to somebody with like a really robotic AI sounding voice, and he was like trying to be evil.
Hmm.
It was like he like ran into them backstage and he talked to them or whatever. That was bad. I didn't like that one.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I call it the AI Cena. It's the AI Cena right there.
I think it'd be great, honestly, if you rewatched it and you found that it actually was AI.
It probably was, you know. I mean, you've seen those the Veo threes or whatever. The Google apparently. I don't know what it is, but man,
If
those look
you
freaky. Those look
if you
freaky.
just got thoroughly deep fake, that's great to me.
That would be crazy, but I think it was real. Sadly,
It's funnier if it's not though.
it is funny if it was. I mean, I guess it could also be creepy. Like, I don't really see why people are so impressed by AI. Kind of like gonna take all our jobs and like turn on us eventually, and then make us like really sad. So
It's impressive in the sense that you can make something look so real that never happened. But also in the same vein, it's not that advanced yet where it's taking anyone's jobs.
yeah, I've never been like the person to like praise it though. Like I've always been like, oh, I'm very weary of AI.
Well, off topic, but yes, you should be very weary of AI as a thing because if it gets more powerful, it could be a threat. But right now, I would not be worried about it on a personal level.
I heard a story today. I don't know if it's real. I'm just gonna say, I've heard a story. If it's real, this is bad because they tried to like blackmail somebody. So
All right.
I'm just saying, man, if the AI is blackmailing you, it's very bad.
I too heard a story, but it was not that. But anyway,
What's the story?
don't worry about it.
Well, you shouldn't have
S-
mentioned it.
no, I feel like it's important to mention it.
Oh, okay.
It's not, but maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't think you. I don't think you know what you're saying anymore.
It's been a long week. Okay,
Bro's
long week.
cooked. Okay, bro's cooked. And I'm
Long,
cooked listening to him.
slow, boring week. I've been talking to him for like 40 minutes, and he already can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I might give up. I might give up.
Let's talk about something better. Let's talk about the first and best match of the night.
Did we
Uh,
even finish covering that segment?
we did. It was pretty much over. It's literally just that.
Okay,
You
whatever.
think someone would come out and interrupt him? No one does. It's just Seth goes, "I'm winning Money in the Bank, and you people suck," and then he leaves. That's it.
Right. That's what happened. You're right. And then the music plays.
So then we get to the first match of the night and the best match. It's Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable versus Penta with Flakingo in the audience.
For what was a good match, it was kind of short.
It was a very good match for TV, but yeah, I would have liked it to have gotten a little bit more time.
Yeah. Of course, when you put Chad Gable in the ring with two luchadors, he's gonna destroy. He's gonna do a good job. He's gonna do a good job.
These dudes were cooking. It was great, man. I loved it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But the way the match ends is that after Gable attacked Vikingo in the crowd, Vikingo comes out, costs Chad the match, and then Penta pins. No, he pins Chad Gable, but he takes out Dragon Lee, and then he advances.
Yeah. Chad Gable would have won it if he didn't get attacked there.
Well, if he didn't attack Vikingo in the first place, he would have
Right.
won it.
He forgot it was just no disqualification, so he kind of fucked himself over.
It'd be that way.
It'd be that way sometime. But you knew Penta was gonna win. You knew.
It was fairly obvious, but Dragon Lee was really showing out here, man. You gotta give him credit.
Dragon Lee, man, he did that leap over the table. That was pretty crazy.
That was pretty nuts. He came out of nowhere.
I love Dragon Lee. It's too bad he's the only thing he's really done was the Speed Championship.
To me, it's very crazy watching Penta and Ray Phoenix because I remember in AEW, I was always so excited for the Lucha Bros because of Ray. Now it's the complete opposite.
It's not even like that. I mean, I feel like it's the presentation more than anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying because of the presentation. It's just I don't care. They made me not care about Ray Phoenix, and it's surprising considering it's only been 2 months. But where they
Not
work
caring
fast.
is very aggressive. I feel like I do care, but they're just not doing anything. So
They've been having him lose match after match, man. This is not good.
why are they doing that to fucking Ray Phoenix, the best luchador in the world right now?
No idea. But anyway, um, they do
I
the
mean,
Chad
Vikingo's
Gable.
right there, but.
Chad Gable stuff, by the way, was done to build to the match with Vikingo at the Worlds Collide show. I am actually looking
Nice.
forward to that.
I might watch that show. I was gonna say,
I might watch it. The problem is that it's the same day as Money in the Bank, so I don't know. Um,
look, you want to watch the show? Watch Party.
I'll watch Party both, honestly.
All right. No, Money in the Bank. As long as I'm not like far, far away in a cabin or something. We should be good.
You said that was November.
It was November. I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna be gone in November.
Way to
I mean,
try to get
I probably would have been gone in November anyway, but I'm gonna be even more gone.
out of a watch party with something that's happening like 5 months from now, man.
I'm just saying, you never know what's gonna happen. Any day now, there could be another cabin trip. You don't know.
Okay, assuming that you're here, we can watch party both Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
All right, problem solved.
All right. Speaking of, did you see Trick Williams win the TNA Championship?
I saw Trick win the title. I saw JC Jane beat Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's Belt. So Steph's probably coming up soon.
Yeah. So Joe Hamke, not Joe Hendry. He's not coming up.
No, he's going to TNA and probably being relegated to nothing, unfortunately.
He's going down. Exactly.
It's a shame, but it's what it is.
He had his run. He had his run. He was in PUBG Mobile. Not bad. Not bad.
PUBG Mobile is just insane to me, honestly.
Could have been Fortnite if Apple didn't pull it from the App Store.
Yeah, maybe if Joe Hendry played his cards right.
Supercards, right? Yeah.
Oh, I also saw Santana in NXT.
Right. He was there. I forgot. But I didn't really care. So
I mean, it was interesting to see.
that was interesting. I only watched it for a couple seconds. It's not bad.
I just thought it was
Good
cool
for
to point
him.
out.
Good for him. Shouts out him, you know.
But on to less fortunate things to Judgment Day. They're backstage, and
It's kind
yeah,
of fortunate
Roxanne.
for Finn Balor.
Fortunate for Finn. Fortunate for you too, really. Um,
I mean, wow.
you know why. You know what
Hey,
you did.
no, I'm not smiling, bro. I wasn't smiling.
The biggest smile. It's crazy.
I wasn't, man. I was. Hey, I was
I
just
can
watching the
see him.
segment.
I
I
can
was just watching
sense
the
it.
segment like anyone else. I'm just here like anyone else. You know,
Man, I'm telling you. You know, they had the segment that started. You know, Roxanne brings Dom a giant plate of nuggies, and he was super happy.
it looked
But
good.
then she starts massaging Dom's shoulders. But then Liv Morgan shows up. This dude that I'm talking to here starts smiling like he's in the music video for Chip Skylark's "My Shiny Teeth and Me." It's nuts, man.
Those dance moves are unreal, man.
They're pretty real. I could pull them off, I'm sure.
No one can.
I
Your
think I
legs would
could,
snap. Your legs would snap.
maybe, but I would do it.
Yeah, you do it. All right, I'll hold you to it for a punishment one day.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
I might be injured or sick that day. That's crazy, but don't worry about that.
Oh, you're making excuses, man. You're making
No,
excuses.
I'm just warning you. It could happen. Much like your cabin trip. I'm just warning you. It could happen.
Warning me. Okay. Any day now. All right. Okay.
Any day I could be sick or injured. That's
All
crazy.
right. I want to see you pull off these dance. That would be the most impressive thing you've ever done.
I know. I'm aware of that. You don't gotta tell me that.
Because no one can do them, man. No one can do them.
I'd be just as good as Ray Gun from the Olympics. People would love it.
Yeah, they would. That's true. It'd be all over TikTok, you know. I'll put you in different scenarios, like different songs. Be cool.
But yeah, Liv is back, and she's not. She I don't know if she's feeling this whole Roxanne Perez thing, but we don't know yet.
I
But
don't think so.
she's saying she's back here. She doesn't seem too happy with Dom, but she wants to get in the Money in the Bank match, so that's what she's worried about right now. So that's how the segment ends. And then
And Finn Balor's there, just smiling, you know.
he's smiling also probably in that music video too. And then Carlito goes, "Man, shouldn't have eaten those nuggets, man."
Like what? The
And then
Nuggets
that
didn't do it to him. All right, the Nuggets didn't do it. If anything, if he ate those Nuggets, he would fall right asleep afterwards. Okay.
well, verbatim, the words that he said were, "Man, you can't be eating Roxanne's nuggets, man."
Okay. Now you know what? That's acceptable. That's an acceptable comment.
Why is that acceptable?
Because it makes more sense than what you said before, you know. So it makes more sense.
Well, now it sounds like there's some implications.
No, because he was like actually, it was like a double entendre, you know.
I know it's a double entendre. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the implications.
I mean, I don't like the implications that much either, but you know, that's a lot more acceptable as like a comment to make, you know,
Whatever.
than like you shouldn't have eaten those nuggets.
Well, it's true. Shouldn't have.
I don't know. All I'm saying
Anyway,
is if you eat all those nuggets, you're falling right asleep afterwards.
if you're lucky, if that's the only thing that happens to you, by the way,
What are you okay, what is that implication of?
it's implicating if you eat that whole thing of nuggets, your ass will be in the bathroom for a solid hour.
After you've fallen asleep, yes, you will be shitting yourself, if not into the toilet.
You best hope it's in the toilet.
You better better hope. Pray to God, right? Pray to God. You wake up, you pray to God. You're saying, please don't let me shit myself.
Every night, man, before you go to bed. You just gotta say that.
Please don't let me poop myself, as they say.
You don't want to wake up one
Good
morning,
Christians.
you know, move around and all of a sudden go, oh, geez, I can't believe it.
They would like that. Say it like that.
Just
Okay.
if it happens to you, but ideally it doesn't.
Oh dear, it's not good.
Oh, dear me. I can't believe it.
Pooped my britches.
Oh, good heavens, I appear to have soiled myself.
Exactly. No one reacts like that.
Someone might, I don't know. British listeners might, I don't
I
know.
actually, you know what? I know someone that might, but I'm not going to shout them out. I mean, but it is what it is.
It's crazier that you know somebody who might react like that, really.
Yeah, I do. They were on Streamer University.
Wow.
I should
That's
probably give you the hint of who it was.
no, that's a problem for Guy.
It was a woman. There was a woman, and she's Asian. There you go.
That actually narrows it down a lot.
Now
It's
there's a
not.
guessing game, bro. There's a
It's
guessing
really
game.
not. It's really
I
not a
know.
guessing
Put it in the
game.
comments down below who you think it is.
It's really not a guessing game anymore. I feel like there's only one person that could possibly be.
I gave you all the hints. Yeah, that's true.
You're lucky I don't watch Streamer University, so I couldn't know who this is. But anyone who does, that's not even close to a hint. That's like just giving it away.
I'm giving it away, but just leave it in the comments below, man. I mean, it's pretty hard. You gotta really guess this one, okay? Put in the comments below who it is.
Yeah, really confuse the listeners of this podcast by instead of leaving your thoughts on Raw, just put some random streamer's name in the comments down below.
Yeah, put them down below and say like, "This is who it was, man."
No, don't even
Who would
say
react
that.
like that? This is
Don't
who it
even
would be
say.
that would react like that.
Don't even say this is who it was. Just write the name of the person, please. Thank you.
That's all we need, exactly. If you
Or
watch to this point, just put the name of the person.
or write how you would react in the comments down below if you woke up and you appeared that you soiled yourself.
Yeah, do that too. I mean, I want to see that. I want to see that.
There you go. That's enough engagement for me. Let's get back to the show. Um, Akira Tozawa goes up against Rusev. Very short match. Rusev wins, and he goes to continue the beatdown on Tozawa with the accolade. But then Sheamus
Pretty
comes out
quick,
and
too, man. I thought it
stops
was
him.
be longer. I thought it was gonna be like putting up a fight or anything, but he just kind of got destroyed.
What I want to know is there was a woman with Maxine and Akira backstage. I thought it was Maxine at first, but then the camera panned away and it wasn't. Maxine was on the other side. Who was the other woman?
That's a good question, and I'm not even sure who it was.
Just making sure it's not just me.
I didn't see it, but I mean, you said it, so I'm just gonna go with it.
I could just be seeing things. This is entirely possible.
Yeah,
But point is, I'm excited for a potential Rusev Sheamus feud. That's gonna go great.
yes, that will be a banger, as they say.
Love to watch that.
As Sheamus said,
Now we move right along to comedians Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura.
it'd be more
Everyone,
comedian.
I mean, look, Bert. What can you say about Bert? He's a lot of fun.
His
Uh,
shirt is off.
he just really likes drinking and taking his shirt off. What? That's a middle-aged dad right there. What are you gonna do?
It doesn't bother me that much.
Tom Segura, people still have negative feelings towards him about things he said about the pro wrestling fans in the community, and rightfully so. I can't fault you if you do, but he
Most
was
comedians have said these things, by the way.
yeah, but he said it like at least most comedians say it in like a funny way. He didn't even say it in a funny way. He just said it in like an offensive way.
Yeah, I feel like most of them do. Most of them do.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know what he said, by the way. I'm just saying, you know.
He said, and I'm putting this slightly in paraphrasing, and I'm not saying that he couldn't have changed. He said on the show that, it's been a couple of years since then, my views aren't the same. But he did say that wrestling is for the mentally challenged, and that's putting it lightly.
That's crazy, actually. That's insane.
There's like a whole clip from his podcast where he said that, but give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he did change and he doesn't believe that anymore. So we'll see. Whatever.
It's crazy,
Uh,
man. That's so crazy.
Point is, he's backstage and then they're promoting their stuff.
Now he has to suck it up because he's here promoting his show.
Yeah, because he had Cody Rhodes on their show and now they're here, so he has to not do that, which is crazy.
That's insane. That he got like fucking. He sold out, man. But that's, you know what? Here's what it is.
But yeah, so Bert runs off for something and then Tom starts promoting, but then all of a sudden he calls Tom over, does Bert, and then he's just hanging with the War Raiders, taking his shirt off.
Now, what happened is the Viking Raiders.
I forget what they're called these days. I don't know. It's
Are they the Viking Raiders or the War Raiders?
Look, this is a multiple choice question with multiple right answers. I don't know what to tell you.
Or the Viking Experience?
That's the only wrong answer. That's the only wrong answer there is.
For sure, wrong answer. Yeah.
But if you call them War Raiders, Viking Raiders, whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a random segment. Didn't do anything for anyone really, but whatever.
And Bert said, like, do I look red? And Tom was like, yeah, you look real red. And he was like, damn. And they were like, oh, I guess we gotta go get a doctor.
So I don't know how I forgot to write this down here, but I did forget to write down an entire match. I'm assuming that the triple
It's
threat
probably, you
tag
were
was.
so distracted by the red thing that you were like,
Yeah,
wow, I gotta go call 911 right now.
I was, and I was concerned. But was the tag team match like right after that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
New Day. New Day comes in.
right after that, we get New Day versus War Raiders versus the Creed Brothers for the tag team championships. Not a bad match,
Oh,
but the
Sammy
tag
was
division.
backstage before that. Okay. So he was like,
Okay,
New
so
Day
that
comes
was
out and then
before.
Sami Zayn is backstage.
Okay, so New Day comes out, they do their entrance for the match, but then before that, Sami Zayn's backstage. He's like, "Man, I should have went out there and I should have said
He's
something to
talking to
Seth in
himself.
disguise." And then Jay's like, "This is the first time I've ever agreed with Jay Uso in a long time." He goes, "Bro, what are you, a dumbass? It's a 1-on-3. Why would you go do that? What's wrong with you?"
So he was like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's pretty true. I shouldn't do that. And then Jay's like, "Don't worry, brother. I got you." And then they do the handshake, and then that's it.
Yeah, they do handshake. I have my note. They do handshake.
So then we cut back to the arena after the entrances have happened for the tag title match. You see Bert and Tom and the crowd chugging beers.
Ooh,
Behind
ooh.
them is Waka Flocka, who Michael Cole apparently really fucking loves.
In the
And
paint, man. In the
he will
paint.
not shut the hell up about In the Paint. He loves In the Paint. I don't even know if that's the name of the song, but he really loves that song in particular.
In the paint. And then Pat McAfee, hard in the paint, actually.
There's something about Michael Cole. He'll say something like that, and I'll just say, "No, you did not, bro. Why are you lying?" Like when he was sitting there, he saw Waka Flocka, and he's like, "Oh, me and Pat, we were in Pat's tour bus just listening to some Waka Flocka on the radio, man. And we were just really enjoying it." I was just something about it. I just outwardly said, "You did not. What is wrong with you?"
Cap. That's cap.
That's absolutely cap. I do not believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that for 1 second, pal.
Let me take a
Except
quick sip.
I might actually believe that.
There's like a 20% chance it's true. Okay.
There's a percent. It's higher than you think. It's like 45, bro.
It's higher. I believe the percentage is higher than 10, which is why I'm bumping it to 20.
All right, you know what? It's fair. I'm not gonna say you're wrong for that, but I think he's. I don't even know. He needs to have a Spotify rap to really prove it. Okay.
This is one of those things where I can't exactly say it's true, but I
Like
can't exactly
Link
say
from Good Mythical Morning. He listens to hip hop music, but he has a Spotify rap. You can tell. You know.
yeah, he posted that. But you see, the thing is with Michael Cole, I can't exactly confirm that it's not true, but there's just something about it that just doesn't sound correct. I don't know what to tell you.
He doesn't seem like the type of guy. I mean, the way he dances, the way he moves, the way he talks, it doesn't seem like.
Yeah, he saw Jay's handshake with Sammy, and he goes, "Man, I wonder if I could do that." And Pat goes, "Absolutely not.
He
No."
can't even do the handshake. Exactly.
But anyway, do you want to talk about the tag title match quick while I take a sip of water?
Yes, the tag title match was a triple threat. Was it? It was a triple threat tag title match with the Brutus brothers were there too. And this match was pretty. It was all right. It was okay. Wouldn't say
I
it was
don't.
the best match on the show. It wasn't. It's not even a match I remember, to be honest.
The issue with this match isn't necessarily that it was bad, more along the lines of these are the only three teams in Raw's tag division, and the tag division of Raw is very dead right now. So that's the issue.
I think that's the case. Yeah, it's so lackluster that this match just was not interesting at all to me because I've seen this before, basically.
Because on Raw, it's those three teams. What you got Tozawa and Otis, maybe, and like that's really it. Well, also they got New Catch Republic, but for some reason they refused to use them. I couldn't tell you why.
They
And
appeared
Theory
for
and
one
Waller.
night. For one night.
Theory and Waller. But the point is, like, I'm struggling to remember these teams. Like, I'm struggling to remember like who's in this division. If you ask me who's in
Well,
the SmackDown Tag Division, I could
how can
easily
you
tell.
forget the Brutus brothers? Though?
Well, they're in the match. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about I forget the Judgment Day's team. I forget that Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are a team. I forget about Otis and Tozawa. You know what I'm saying? Like those are
Right.
the ones that are just
Okay, but
kind of like,
I forgot to cover before the bell. They had a fight. So like there was a fight, and then they went to commercial break, or maybe they didn't go to commercial break. But the bell eventually rings, and they have the match.
it wasn't even as much as a fight as much as it was the Raiders jumping the New Day before the match started.
Right. That's what happened. So they were fighting each other. I'm not even sure if the Brutus brothers were there yet, but yeah,
No, they were there.
were they part of the fight or not?
They might have been, but not until after the War Raiders jumped the New Day.
Yeah. So they have the whole match. I mean, it's not bad, but the New Day cheat to win. They grab the tights of Julie's.
Hmm. So yeah, nothing special there, and that's pretty much where you are with this.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the New Day is going to be doing from here on out, but it better be more interesting than this.
I'm just saying, the SmackDown Tag Division, that's like the best thing on SmackDown right now.
It is actually the Motor City Machine Guns. You got other guys,
You
Street
got
Profit.
Yeah, you got the Machine Guns, the Street Profits. You got Fraxium is there now.
I forgot
You,
about Fraxio.
you got the Wyatt Six are over there now. You
Right, they
got
used to came back.
who DIY is there.
The fact that we almost forgot about DIY.
That's my fault, but that's whatever.
I don't
But I'm just
remember half the tactic because I don't watch SmackDown anymore. But yeah,
I don't watch it, but even I could tell you that that's a better roster.
no, way better. I think Raw needed Fraxio.
They did, but they didn't get him, and that's unfortunate.
Whatever, man. That Nathan guy's gonna go far.
Yeah, definitely not Axiom. Don't worry about Axiom.
Nah, we don't worry about him.
But anyway, moving on here.
Sorry, Axio.
We get to a weird little beef with Liv Morgan and Kyrie Sane, where she goes up to Io and Kyrie along, and she's there. Liv is there with Raquel, and she goes,
And they start making fun
"Hey,
of him.
hey, I'm gonna win Money in the Bank, and I'm like cashing on you, Io. And by the way, Kyrie, you suck." And Kyrie's like, "Let's have a match tonight," and she goes, "You're on," and then
Yeah,
that's it.
well, first they said keep walking, and then they continue. They're like, no, I'm gonna stay right here.
Right.
And then Kyrie wants the match, and then she's like, yeah, sure, why not?
And we'll get to that later. For now, though, we have this Jey Uso promo where he comes out and he just says that he eats on people. That's the direct verbiage. You can't even get mad at me for saying it like that this time because that is what he said. So,
Yeah, he said, I eat it on this guy, I eat it on that guy. I'm gonna eat it on everybody. It's like that one time Roman Reigns was like, I bang this guy, and then I bang this guy. Well, he didn't say like that, but it was like something like that. You know,
stacked them, pinned them, or something.
I banged everybody. No,
Smashed. He said
don't clip this
smashed.
out of context. Don't clip this out of context. Smashed everybody. That was the one. I
No,
smashed everybody.
clip it out of context.
I smashed this guy. But instead now it's like, I eat it on this guy, I eat it on that guy. It's like, that sounds horrible. Why are you going to say that?
Sounds horrendous. I don't know why he's saying it like that.
It has really bad, like, you don't want to picture that in your brain. I'm just say that right now.
I don't want the man who's talking about eating on other dudes and other people just coming out here and grabbing my child and eating with them because I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, I don't want to support you anymore if I did support you.
But luckily, before this man Jay can tell you who else he's yeeted on, Gunther comes out and he says, "Listen, man, you seem like a really nice guy, but you're a shitty champion because you're just too concerned about people. You got to worry about yourself more. You're not worried about me though, and I'm gonna beat you." And was it Phoenix for the title? He said,
Yeah.
and then Jay goes, "It's like, look, man, I am worried about you. You're a
Don't make
threat.
me
I
eat
know
on
that."
you.
He didn't say that. I wish he did. I wish he would say
Imagine.
that.
Imagine.
Honestly, I might turn a corner on Jey Uso if he starts threatening to yeet on people and not explaining what that means.
I'ma eat on you. I'ma eat on you. I'ma eat on you.
It's
I'ma
all fun
eat
and
on you.
it's all fun and games until WWE released a T-shirt for $40 that says "I'll eat on you." It's
Get
all fun
yeeted
and
on.
games. Yeah,
Get yeeted on.
it's all fun and games till they release that T-shirt. Okay.
My God, we gotta stop giving them ideas, man. This is bad.
No, I want that T-shirt out there. I do.
All right, we're just gonna feed them bad ideas. This is a great idea. They did that whole thing with the Raw recap. We have to do something else
Yeah,
after
give
that.
them that idea.
Yeah. How about you do that, Triple H?
And the second that you see a T-shirt that says "Get yeeted on" or
Lawsuit.
I'll yeet
No,
on you," just know where it came from. Okay.
just know it was us, and we've done that. Triple H.
Not to be clear, we did not do that, meaning that we did
I
not
mean,
yeet on other people.
yeah, what he said.
This is not going good. This is bad.
Shit,
This is,
man. Shit.
yeah.
All right. Anyway,
Any so Jay says, listen, Gunther, I know you're a threat. I know you. I know, we had so many matches at this point. I know how you work. And he's cutting this promo, and he sounds like he's gonna escalate, but then he just jumps to like 100. He goes, "But I'm gonna choke you out," and then he starts doing the yeet gimmick, and then it's over. So I don't know
yeah.
why it felt like he rushed it, but he did, and I don't know why.
It felt like he didn't have a lot to say, is what I would say. He was kind of like stumbling a little bit choked
Either
up. He sounded, and he just didn't really do much in that promo.
either it's either he rushed it or he forgot the 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 middle part of that promo,
And he started freestyle.
and it wasn't good when he started freestyling.
Usually it wouldn't be. Yeah.
But
If it was like
whatever.
someone like Drew McIntyre, they would have saved that shit. Okay.
No, he could have saved it. Jay does not know how to save that. I'll tell you that right now.
Not at all. No. Drew McIntyre's had some time out, right? Like he's taking some time off.
I think so. Yeah,
Damn. That's so sad, man. He was on the run of his life.
he needs a minute though. I prefer he be healthy when he comes back.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
But man, Jey Uso just randomly doing that to jump. It's not as bad as Lucha Things, but it reminded me of Lucha Things.
It wasn't Lucha Things, okay? Lucha Things was a legendary promo that will go down in history as one of the best botched promos of all time.
It wasn't that, but it reminded me of that when he just randomly said that out of nowhere.
We will never remember this promo ever in our lives, okay?
I won't, but I'm just saying this is what it reminded me of.
I need a banana pudding shake, man.
That has nothing to do with anything.
And
I just want you to know that.
I know that. That's why I said it.
I want to make sure that you know that has nothing to do with anything.
I just thought about it. I said it. It's that simple.
Are you proud of the fact that you just said that, or
Yeah, man, that's what I need in my life. I actually need actual banana pudding, but I can't get that.
I can't believe you're manifesting on the podcast. What are you doing?
Manifesting. That's right. That's right.
Anyway, Liv and Kyrie's up next. They have a alright match that unfortunately there's some distractions at ringside from the Judgment Day, meaning Raquel and possible member Roxanne, and this
Hold on.
leads to Liv losing.
Pause. The thing. He brought that like that's actually new, right? Like he just
That's
started saying it.
it's on a T-shirt now.
That's what I'm saying. Like he put on a T-shirt and everything.
It's not really new. It's just it's now on a T-shirt, so you're noticing it more.
Oh, so he was doing that before.
I feel like he was doing that even before Mania, so I don't think it's new.
Okay, I just didn't notice it until now. But it is what it is.
Yeah, this match happens, some interference at the end. Judgment Day mess up, Liv loses, and Kyrie wins.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, it should have brought Liv the victory, but I feel like Raquel kind of fucked it up.
She did. It was really weird. Even commentators Roxanne came out to help, and then Raquel got really mad at her for some reason that no one really understood why. Even commentators like, "What is she doing?" That's really weird.
I think it was jealousy.
Yeah, but just from a logistics standpoint, it doesn't make sense.
First things first, you're part of the same team, right? Whether you like it or not. Second thing is second, you were both working together, but you didn't even know it. You didn't even know it, but you were working together.
It's weird. I don't.
Because
I don't know.
Raquel was distracting the referee at the time, and then Roxanne got involved.
Yeah, so I don't exactly understand what the problem was, but Liv lost regardless. So whatever.
It's called being selfish,
I guess it must be.
and that's why she was blamed for everything.
And you know what? You can't argue it. You really can't.
Exactly.
So next up, we get a Rhea promo about how she's gonna win Money in the Bank. It was fine. Then we get the segment where the Judgment Day is like, "Man, I can't believe you messed up like that, Raquel. Unbelievable."
Yeah, she was like, "You're a veteran, Raquel." Liv Morgan said this, so you should know better. And then she left.
Yeah. Then we move on to a Lyra and Becky promo segment, and this wasn't great, I'll say.
I thought it was okay, right? For Lyra standards, it's not bad.
It wasn't
I'm sorry,
great.
Lyra. Sorry.
They kept doing she kept trying to zing Becky with one-liners, but they weren't good one-liners, is the problem,
I think Becky did rock her on the mic a little bit.
I guess. But point is, Lyra came out. She's like, I want to move on from Becky, but I can't because Becky came over here and demanded a rematch at Money in the Bank. And she's over here acting like it's completely unprompted. But at the same time, didn't she just jump Becky like last week?
Yeah, so Lyra didn't want to do the match because she doesn't like to do rematches.
But she was just like, I'm going to jump her and that's it. Like, that doesn't make sense.
That's not how that works. You know?
But anyway, Becky
And then she
being
calls
just,
Becky a rat, by the way. She's like, "You're a
yeah,
rat
rat with cheese. And I couldn't
with
stand
cheese."
for nothing
And
I
I
hate
started
more.
laughing. I started laughing. I was like,
Nothing
"What
I
the
hate
fuck?
more than a rat with cheese.
That's crazy. That's insane."
I said, okay, whatever, man. You're trying, I guess. Whatever.
She shouldn't have said that one. Not that one.
In the case of where Jay Uso's promo wasn't great because he didn't say enough. This one was rough because she said too much and she over-explained.
Yeah, and then after that, she said, "I'm gonna bash Becky's head," and then Becky comes in.
Becky comes out very confused also, and she's like, "Whatever, man. I got a hot
I
husband.
got a
I'm
hot
trying to."
husband, she says.
And you're at home and you're like, "What the hell does that have to do with anything? I don't get it."
Yeah, Lyra
And
was like, "What the fuck?"
and then she's like, "Your husband's weird. I don't like your husband."
Actually, the only talented thing about you is your husband, Becky.
It says Lyra.
I don't clip that out of context. Lyra said that one.
This is why the episode's named out of context, by the way, because of this.
God damn it, man. Everything's out of context. Yeah, it's probably a good choice.
Thank you. But yeah, so it just devolves into a weird thing about whose husband's
Yeah, Becky
better.
said, "Don't make it personal now." Come on.
Tell me, oh, there you go, you're making it personal, she says. But then she goes, listen, because you have such a problem with me taking opportunities, here's the deal. You beat me at Money in the Bank, I won't challenge you again. But if I win, I want you to raise my hand in victory.
And Lyra says, "Yeah, I probably won't do that because you're not the best." So,
I won't
yeah.
do that because you suck, you loser.
And that's how it ended. It ended like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Not
So
not the best, honestly. Now that we look back at it, not the best.
I'm sure the match will be good, but these promos are rough, man.
Yeah, not too much build behind it that is actually interesting. So
My God, it's brutal.
pretty brutal. I mean, not as brutal as it could be, but it's not that good. All right.
It's just very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate for the people. You know, I think Lyra could have had a breakout moment here, but not quite. Not quite.
I'm glad she's getting over it. I mean, people are singing along to the theme song, but
Yeah, I'm starting to remember her name, man. I start remembering you. Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria.
and that's progress, you know. It really is.
That's progress, man. Progress. Not
But
wrestling, though. Not progress wrestling.
I will say, speaking of progress, Karrion Kross was actually on the show this week, so that was great.
He was on Progress.
No, he was on this show, which is
Oh,
Progress,
this show, which is
meaning
yeah,
Raw.
for him, for him,
Yeah.
yeah,
For him, that's progress. From going from not even being on the show the week before to this is progress.
of course, of course.
You see Sami Zayn walking down the hallway and Karrion Cross goes, "Hey, Sammy, you're gonna lose," and he's like, "Hey, why? I'll be back for you, man. I'm leaving. I'm gonna do this right now."
Yeah,
And that was it for Karrion
you
Cross.
can
The
tell
number one.
Sammy was sent. Sammy wanted to beat his ass right then and there. He wanted to.
I don't understand this thing with Karrion Cross. He's very over the people. Like people are getting behind him, but they just refuse to do anything with him, and I don't understand.
It's because he's so outspoken. I think
I don't get it though.
if you start saying, "Hey, you're not pushing me," then they're not gonna push you.
He's just calling out what's happening, man.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, maybe he's not have him in the plans. You know,
Well, that's wrong. They should.
they should. I think Karrion Cross deserves it. He's earned it. If anything, it's
You can make
good. It's
plans
good.
for Jey Uso to be world champion of all people. You can find a spot for him.
You're right. Karrion Cross, bunny, a Royal Rumble winner. There you go.
Yeah, put him Money in the Bank. Have him win Money in the Bank. What's the problem with that?
Money's in the bank. Well, it's too late for that. He's not gonna be Money in the Bank. Personally,
Yeah, we'll see.
it's too late. I mean, maybe it'll be a qualifying match, but he's not gonna win. Okay.
Whatever. Then we get to the main event here. Zayn.
Also, I want to say, people that hate Sami Zayn, like, I don't understand you. Okay.
Me neither. I don't get it. But whatever.
I feel like Sami Zayn has everything, like mic skills, wrestling skills, just being a fun character. I'm not really sure why people don't like him.
I'll put this in
He's kind
terms
of
that
he's a good underdog character as well.
you personally can understand. There are people that really like LA Knight, and you don't get that. But here we are.
Ooh, what the fuck? Why are you liking LA Knight for? You know,
I'm just saying, it's the same way for other people.
I don't really see. I don't see what people see in LA Knight. I really don't.
Charisma.
I used to, I used to say like, this is the future. This is the guy right here, whatever his name used to be. And then we come here, and he's not the guy. He's not the guy anymore to me, personally.
It's crazy to me.
Far past LA Knight. Far past.
Crazy that you prefer Eli Drake to LA Knight.
That might have been his name, but he had like another name, pretty sure. But yeah, I preferred
Max
that
Dupree.
version of LA Knight better. I thought he was more
You preferred
charismatic.
Max Dupree.
He offered a lot more. I feel like this one's like, is what it is.
That's a horrendous take. That's unbelievably bad.
Max Dupree, I didn't prefer Max Dupree. I didn't even care for that one.
That's an absolutely diabolically bad take. I don't know what to tell you.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm not. I'm telling you my words.
So you like LA Knight?
I don't love him. I think it's enjoyable to watch. Like I'm fine with him.
Exactly. He's fucking mediocre.
I don't love him as much as I did in 2023, but like,
He's fucking mid, man. He's mid. He's kind of a dick. I don't like him.
I'm not gonna sit here and have problems with him like you do. I mean, you're different. You're on something else.
I'm on something else, but I see the writing on the wall. All right. I do.
Whatever you say, man.
Motherfuckers gonna start turning on him eventually.
Manifesting again. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
anyway, main event time. Zayn versus Rollins versus Finn Balor. It's a pretty standard triple threat match until Seth's group gets involved. Then they take down Sammy and see Dominic come out to help Finn try to win. He slides in a chair, but then Seth curb stomps Finn into the chair and wins. So Seth is going the Money in the Bank.
Exactly. You had to see this one coming. You had to.
You really had to.
Maybe not all the interferences, but at least Seth winning.
Yeah, if this company hates anything, it's fully committing to a Sami Zayn main event push. So you
That's
had to have
right.
seen that coming.
That's right.
So Seth wins, but then CM Punk's music hits, and then Bronson and Braun go looking for him.
Oh
And
no.
but it turns out he was already behind Seth. He hits the GTS, and then he heads into the crowd, and that's Raw.
Best in the world. He runs, but man, they could have caught him. They could have caught him.
They could have. They weren't trying that hard.
They weren't. I've seen Braun Breaker run and spew somebody with the quickness. Okay, he could have did this with the quickness.
Hmm.
But he
Well,
was
he
probably
already
trying to keep up with Bronson Reed. You know, he was very slow.
well, he already used the quickness to spear Jey Uso, who came out to try and help Sami Zayn.
Right.
So
So he
that's
was gassed. He was gassed.
he was a little gassed, maybe. Who
He
knows?
was trying to
And
count like 2 plus 2 in his head, and he was kind of distracted.
he's wearing a suit, and he's like, "I'm not trying to tear this suit, whatever."
You do it for the love of the game. You take your suit,
He's not doing it for the love of the game.
and he's not meant to be here. Get him out of here.
No, get Jey Uso out of here. That's what you want to do. This man cheating on people. You hear that?
At least he's participating in the eat-ons, man.
Not the eat offs.
No, I'm sorry. Too much, man. Too much. I take that one back. Too much.
Eat offs allegedly? That's crazy.
That's what he eats on people. Jesus Christ.
Eat offs. That's crazy.
Not eat-offs. Eat-ons, man. Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty sure they call it I'm pretty sure in Diddy terms they call it the freak offs.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to get out of it, but you're bringing up Diddy now. All right.
Hey, you brought it up first. This is you.
I said eat on. Okay. And it was different than the freak off. Okay.
You said the
This is
yeet ons.
completely PG.
You said he doesn't have the yeet ons. What am I supposed to think of when you say that? I mean,
That's why I took it back because it was too much. Okay.
man, you're setting me up. This is like
I see.
setting
Yeah,
up.
you set me up, and then like it was a whole thing, setup after setup.
This is like setting up Michael Jordan to score and not expecting him not to dunk. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
I don't know. Too much. We will not be touching that ever.
Whatever. Thumbs in the middle, man. This show is thumbs in the middle.
Yeah, that's what this show has brought us to. Thumbs. I don't know if it's a thumbs up or thumbs in the middle. Probably thumbs in the middle. Yeah, thumbs in the
I go
middle
thumbs in the
because
middle.
there was a few good matches, but the show was kind of mid. It was kind of teetering a little bit.
I go thumbs in the middle because nothing's really progressed, really, when you look at it. We're somehow in July, we're still doing Gunther versus Jey Uso. I don't know how this is still happening, but it is. We can't really go anywhere till Money in the Bank qualifiers are over. And then Seth's group, while expanding, they didn't really do a lot story-wise today. So
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't really appreciate the story they were going for. There's some awkward segments. There were some decent matches, and there were some good matches, and they were kind of short. So it's thumbs in the middle.
and also I'd like to point out that both Io Sky and Dumb, who are champions, do not have feuds going on currently. So
Kind of weird. I mean, but I guess Dom's kind of tied up right now, and Io Sky is kind of in the back with his Kyra Sane. So
it just bothers me. I'm just saying.
Io Sky, she was over, and then they say, nah, not this episode.
You're so over, you actually can't be out there tonight.
Like you need her on every episode. She
Whatever.
brings up the vibe. Okay, the vibe is the whole Io.
I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. It's weird. It's a weird choice.
They said more time for Jey Uso to be on TV.
That's horrendous. Never say that again. God.
I eat her on everybody. Oh, don't clip that out of context.
Somebody clip that out of context, please. And while
Not
you're at it,
doing.
do me a favor. Go subscribe to our channel, please. Leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on the episode. Make sure if you haven't already, if you're listening on a podcasting platform, give us 5 stars. It's greatly appreciated. And follow us on all the social medias. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.